Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Benched, episode 7. Sorry, we missed you guys. We really did, but
We're sorry.
yeah, we really are. Life happens, and we had to take a little bit of a hiatus, a little break. But we're back now, episode 7. I'm
Well,
your
well, I mean, to
host.
be honest, sorry to interrupt you, Jeff, real quick. But it was like because we were gonna do it that Monday, but then
Yeah.
I was busy or something like that, and then
Yep.
like we were like, okay, let's do it Tuesday, and then it was
And
like,
then
oh shit, I forgot I have to do
yeah,
this, and then we were
my,
like, oh
yep.
well, this is gonna happen on Thursday, so let's just do it Thursday after that happens. We can talk about that, and then it was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh well, shit, it's already Saturday.
It's
Let's
already
just
Saturday. Might as well.
we'll just wait
We'll
again.
just
So
wait
yeah,
again.
go on with your little
But yeah,
intro there, buddy. Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Episode 7 coming back strong. We got a bit to talk about 2 weeks worth of stuff.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit's happened.
Weeks. I mean,
I'm your host
I don't
Jeff.
know, just the
My co-host Nick.
y'all know me.
Yeah.
No introduction needed.
Right.
I'm gonna spit it out, dude. Oh my god, my heart still hurts for Tiger. Everybody out here saying, "Oh, get over it. It's a broken leg." I don't care. Shut up, okay? It's my fucking idol. I didn't know for 48 hours what the hell was
Right.
going on. I just saw
Right.
these horrific photos and these reports of him getting dragged out of a car with jaws of life.
Jaws
and
of
just,
life. And
I'm thinking, oh my god, here we go.
I know
Here we
another
go.
one.
It's,
I thought
it's 2009 all over again. Oh my god! But thankfully, you know, thankfully he's alive.
Right.
He's
Right.
recovering. I know the next couple of weeks are very important with not getting infection and making
Yeah.
sure the bones heal properly and everything fuses together solidly. And I
Yep.
mean, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but things seem okay. Shout
That's
out
good.
to all the PGA Tour guys. I don't know if you saw, excuse me, this Jeff. This past weekend, they were at the concession. They're doing the Florida stretch right now. The PGA they just finished up over in California and all that stuff,
Right.
in California and everything. And so down in Florida this week, they're getting ready to start the Arnold Palmer Invitational tomorrow. But last week, Colin Morikawa just won the Concession Golf Club. One down there, and in Florida, and first time they were at the concession, the WGC Workday Championship. That's what it was called. I was trying to think of it in the back of my head for just a couple of seconds. Like, what is it called? What was it called again? What was it called? WGC Workday Championship is what it was. And yeah, Morikawa won that. Played a great round, but yeah, everybody back to circle back around to the original point. I don't know if you saw, Jeff. A lot of the PGA Tour pros on Sunday were wearing red in support of Tiger.
Right. Yeah, I did see
Tiger
it. I did see it. Yeah.
always
wore
wears his red on his victory red on Sunday.
Yep.
And a lot of the guys were doing the black pants with the red for Tiger and all that. So
Yeah, I
just a
did
nice
see
little
that. It was a
tribute
nice
and all
little tribute.
that. So yeah, Tiger. Earlier today, the news broke that the sheriffs are looking at the black box to see if they can find out what actually happened and all that stuff, which
Yeah.
is a little alarming to me.
It really
to
is.
be
It kind of
honest.
is. It kind of is.
I don't know how to take that. I'm not totally in tune with the LA County Sheriff Department's routines for crashes, and this is just
Right.
like procedure for something like that or whatever, or what. But yeah, I don't know if that's they think something happened and they're trying to piece it together, or if it's just standard procedure and it's just going to write off. Yep, okay, it was an accident. Blip, blip.
Truthfully, I think I don't want to say it's standard procedure, but I think they're going through to make sure that he wasn't intoxicated.
Well, I thought they already
negligence.
confirmed that. I
Yeah.
thought they already because I mean at this point, I mean, I don't know what a black box in a car is going to tell you, because it's not like it had a breathalyzer in it that's
Right.
going to be like, oh, his because the officer on the scene, talked to him. He seemed coherent. There was no
Yeah.
smell of alcohol. I know they said they didn't do like a blood test at the
Yeah.
when he arrived at the hospital because there were no signs of intoxication or
Right.
anything. It
Right.
was
Right.
just
Right.
it just seemed like an accident. I mean, what I think personally might have happened was potentially maybe speeding a little bit, Tiger
Yeah.
Woods, feeling yourself. Okay, you just got off a little back surgery. You've been playing well. He was playing with David Spade, Dwayne Wade, Jada Pinkett Smith, getting some, some good
Yeah.
time.
He was
in
out
and
there
all
having
that.
a good time.
I'm not saying
Probably
he was
bumping
going
some music in the car.
125, but I can't remember the speed limit. The speed limit there is like 25. I don't know how many of you have gone down like a street that's a non-residential area, so to say, that has a 25. It is hard to go 25 miles an hour sometimes. I'm sorry. I don't care. You're not human. if you're telling me you haven't gone over the speed limit before, I don't want to hear it. And he was out there early in the morning. There was no one else on the road. It looked like, I think he was probably playing with the stereo or pulling up Spotify, trying
Yeah.
to, bump some Yeezy or something, get himself
Right.
pumped up for the day. Maybe spill a little coffee on his lap or something. Next thing you know, he's rolling down the hill.
Yeah.
You know,
My honest opinion is I think it's getting more coverage because it is Tiger Woods. It's a celebrity.
of course.
If it was someone like you and me, it would have never been in the news. But
Oh no.
because it's Tiger Woods, I swear they do an investigation on every accident because they got to make sure that there's no negligence and stuff like that, right?
This is his third car incident, though.
Yeah, so of course they're investigating it, but I think because the media, I swear it's more of the media blowing it out of proportion because it's Tiger Woods and
Well, yeah.
So,
I mean, of course, the media is always going to chase the headline, and Tiger Woods. I don't, whatever you put Tiger Woods type of headline, you're always going to get me to click on it. So, and I'm sure
this happened a week ago, week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So if they didn't take a blood test, then they're not going to be able to take a blood test now because it's pointless. Yeah. So it's like, I mean.
Oh, that's what I'm wondering why they need to bring the black box in. They want the crash data and all that, and I'm wondering if they want to be like, was he speeding? And if he was speeding, was it, was he going 80 in a 25, or was he going like 40 in a 25 to where and I mean, granted, 40 to 25 isn't great, but I'll sit here and say I've done that at times. I'm not perfect, and just so happened that something happened. Maybe a little rabbit across the road.
Maybe he had to go to the bathroom really bad.
And maybe Tiger is that much of a humanitarian that he was willing to sacrifice himself instead of taking the life of that poor innocent animal. Maybe someone needs to consider that, and maybe he should be getting a standing ovation from the entire country for how
Tiger
incredible
of
a human being he is, not only at golf but just in general. But okay, that's enough.
Literally Tiger Woods Day. Oh my god.
Dude,
but yeah,
I mean, and I hate to say this and all this because, but I thought I was going to go through what people went through with Kobe in a sense. You know what I mean?
Man,
to where all of a sudden one day, your idol growing up, the person you know what I mean, and
that was a very hard day for me, man.
I can imagine that's what, and now I can somewhat sympathize with some of these people that have gone through that because that's like my idol. It's like the guy I've idolized playing golf for all these years and all this stuff and everything. And
you grew up wanting to be like,
and you saw that, and there were like no updates, and
nothing.
That's what blew my mind too, was the fact that the crash happened at like 9 a.m. or whatever, 7 a.m. and it didn't come out until like hours later. And I was like, holy shit, they're like keeping this hush because he's fucking dead, and they're trying to like make sure there aren't like paparazzi at the morgue taking dead pictures of Tiger Woods or something like that. Like I was like, holy shit, this is happening. I was preparing. I was literally preparing for that tweet.
Yeah.
But then it came out that he was, in surgery and needed this and that, multiple compound fractures. They had to, cut open muscle tissue to relieve swelling because that could cause amputation and like all this shit. And I'm like, holy crap. But just to wrap up the Tiger talk, because I've been droning on for like 10 minutes now. I know, I'm sorry. But I think he's going to come back better than ever.
You think so?
I think he's going to be like a $6 million man, dude. He's going to have like robotic legs, and he's going to be able to torque so much power into that because he had like 45-year-old like legs before that, dude, that have gone through rigorous golf drills since he was like 2 years old, being spoon-fed while hitting the range in his garage. Now that they've like reconstructed this man with the mental ability that he has
faster,
already,
stronger.
I mean, sure, I'm not saying he's going to pick up a club and all of a sudden he's going to start driving the ball 400 yards, but you give him Masters next year, Tiger comes back, Masters next year, not this year.
What was that movie? What was that movie with the kid that fell, broke his arm, and like woke up being able to pitch like 120 miles an hour?
Oh, the Little League movie or whatever.
Baseball. Dude, that's gonna be Tiger Woods. That's gonna be Tiger Woods,
dude. I'm telling you, man. But it's also at the same time, I want him to consider his quality of life because with his son Charlie coming up, and if Charlie continues to play golf and all that, I want Tiger to be able to like be there alongside of him and not have to be like in a wheelchair, or like something like that because he's so hurt. If I'm also Tiger Woods, you can afford it. I'm hiring a driver. I don't know
why more people don't hire drivers. You know?
I mean, I wouldn't hire a driver. I would want to drive myself, kind of.
Yeah, but there's times when it's like I drive myself now, but it's like, man, if I could pay someone to drive me, I'd do it.
Dude, but driving's so much fun though.
No, it's not.
Dude, I love driving. I mean, especially, I'm not saying I love traffic, but like when you get those chances to drive, because granted, there are times where I would want someone to drive me.
Yeah.
Yes, I would take full advantage of that at times. But there are times when I know, like 6:30 in the morning on a California road, sun coming up and all that and everything, you get to fucking enjoy that. I mean, he was great.
You must not have driven.
Genesis
You must
SUV
not have driven
though.
around on California roads all that much at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't driving a fucking Lambo or something like that. So yeah, I think it was a simple accident. He might have been speeding a little bit, and it's hard to control. You know, an SUV top heavy like that. Once you start swerving a little bit with that, those things aren't meant to be.
They're not precision machines.
Exactly. They're not a Mercedes or anything.
So, speaking of golf, though, I know you're a big golfer. Have you been able to get around in or not? Have you been able to go out and play?
Why have to bring it up? You go from one sensitive subject to the next. No, I didn't get to play one round of golf in fucking February here in Baltimore. Because, now, honestly, there was probably a time or two when I could have maybe, called out of work that day, taken a sick day or whatever, and gone to play on like a Wednesday. There were a couple of opportunities. It's not like the entire courses, were closed the entire month of February. But every Saturday morning, they were fucking closed in the month of February. I fucking kid you not, because we literally had the worst luck to where it would storm on Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. By Tuesday, Wednesday, it would be okay. Be like, okay, shit, the sun's kind of melted some stuff. And then another fucking storm would come through and we get snow. And then the ice would stay, the temperatures would freeze, and the courses would, there was a course that opened like 8 holes for a reduced rate. And I was like, I'm not
wasting your time for 8 holes.
Some icy fucking, no. Like, I'll play in the cold, I'll play in bad weather, but I'm not going to play some reduced rate 8-hole. And it's fucking ice. It's ice. Yeah. You're literally hitting onto cement. It's not, no, I'm not. I'll just continue to do my little drills in my basement and fucking use my little putting green and stuff like that, and just practice, rolling the putts in.
This dude.
I'm fine with that. So this Saturday, got around.
Okay.
7:50 a.m. tee time.
Hey.
Fucking love it.
I'm expecting at least a video. I'm expecting at least a video. You sending me a video.
Once it gets warmer. Once it gets warmer, I'll send you something. I might text you something, but once it gets a little warmer, I'll do a little course vlog for the group one day.
For the group,
I'll show y'all how Nikki Two Sticks comes through.
Nikki Two Sticks.
Yeah, that's all I need. Driver putter, baby.
Nikki Two Sticks. We're putting that on a shirt or something.
Yeah, they call me Driver Putter, baby. That's all you need. Just drive the green. Just drive the green, put it in.
Reminds me of the Aaron Rodgers commercial.
All right, I've been tooting my own horn for 15 minutes now, and you've asked me enough. But just real quick, Masters, 1 month. Masters is next month. Now that we're in March officially.
We're in March.
Masters.
Yeah,
April.
I know you're excited for it. Shoot. That was the first thing he said when we jumped in here. He was all like, man, can't wait for mine.
2021 Masters. Dustin Johnson has a chance to repeat. He's in peak condition right now, playing great golf. Yeah, I can't remember how he
anyone close to being able to anyone giving him a little bit of a worry.
Yeah, dude, that's the great thing about golf. There are plenty of people that within a month from now can literally come on. Bryson DeChambeau, who's been somewhat of a fucking quiet guy since he won the U.S. Open. He hasn't done much. He's had, he hasn't even made the cut sometimes. He could literally come through and destroy Augusta.
Yeah.
If he hones his game in. That's the thing. Dustin Johnson could tank. He could be, riding that fucking wave right now and just, But the way he manhandled fucking Augusta last time, I don't know, man. But again, that was in fall conditions. That was a different Augusta. It's going to be a lot harder.
Greens are different.
Dude, I almost feel bad for these players coming into this because what they did to Augusta pissed off that ground screw. I fucking know that because the way they shot so low and were able just to abuse that course and do whatever the hell they wanted that day, they did not like that. And there's not much you can do when, you're supposed to have a tournament in April and they tell you you're going to have it in fucking like November or whatever.
Right.
You can't, totally different time of the year, man.
Yeah.
So It's going to be great this year for the Masters. Brooks Koepka's been playing well. Rory McIlroy's been kind of dialing in a little bit. I know my boy Ricky Fowler. He needs to play well these next coming because he may not make the Masters this year for the first time since for 12 years or something like that. He might not be eligible for the Masters because he's been playing so shitty. So, Ricky, if you're listening to this, boy, I'm rooting for you. I'm gonna start rocking the mustache for you, man. Until you get a win, I'm gonna grow the mustache back out.
Grow the mustache back out,
or at least get a top 10. Yeah. Give me a top 10. But all right, that's enough golf. I could literally talk for another 3 hours about golf.
He really could.
Maybe eventually I'll make my own golf podcast.
There you go.
But other big headlines aside from the Tiger crash.
JJ Watt has a new home.
Jeff, the ball's in your court now, my friend. So this is where you get to take over, and I get to give you my.
It's kind of crazy because like JJ Watt has been the staple of Texans football for what, a decade almost. You know.
Yeah.
Like when you think of Texans football, it's 99 on the edge. I mean, the dude did it all, right? He caught touchdown passes. He had a fumble recovery for a touchdown pass, an interception for a touchdown, or a fumble recovery for a touchdown, interception for a touchdown, a sack, strip, fumble, touchdown. Like, the dude has done everything in Texas, or for the Texans, except for win the championship. And he found himself a new home. You know, he kind of baited everybody into it. You know. But
how do you feel about him going to the Cardinals, though? Do you think that's an actual because what was up with that Peloton thing then?
Truthfully, here's the crazy thing: is I think he's a Cardinal. I really do. They unretired the number 99 there.
Well, didn't he get permission from the guy's daughter or whatever? Or something like that?
Yeah, but I mean, still, they unretired a man's number for him to take it. They wouldn't do that if he wasn't going to play for them. There's no way.
Well, yeah. You know, he's fucking going to Arizona, but why do you go to Arizona, dude? Are they a top contender? Is putting JJ Watt on Arizona gonna be like, oh my God, here we go. You're telling me JJ Watt's gonna beat Brady in the Bucks?
I don't know, but I mean, he could be that end piece that they need to turn it around, you know? Like that one piece that's like, okay, we have JJ Watt. Now we can start focusing on something else to kind of get.
You have a JJ Watt with what? How many more good years do you think he has left, honestly? And I mean good years to where he's going to be potentially leading.
I see JJ Watt now. He's not playing all. He's not playing all 3 downs. He's not playing all 3 downs. There's no way they're playing him over there all 3 downs. Certain roles, I see JJ Watt coming in 3rd and long. Definite passing situations where he could just pin his ears back and just go for the quarterback. He doesn't have to worry about. But
see, that's my argument,
I give him, if he can stay healthy and he can limit how many snaps he takes a year, maybe another 2 to 3 years.
So you're taking him. So he's not a factor every play.
Yeah, no.
He maybe has 3. We'll say 3 good solid. You're going to perform at somewhat A+ level for another 3 years. That's my concern as to why he went. Because do you think Arizona, answering this, do you think Arizona will make a deep run at the Super Bowl?
Well, here's my thing. Arizona was.
I don't want to. Yes or no? Does Arizona currently right now with their roster with JJ Watt and all that stuff, and depending on I don't know their draft position and all that stuff, don't factor that in because they haven't done that yet. But just right now, does adding JJ Watt to the Arizona Cardinals
JJ Watt does not. I do not see them making to the playoffs just off of JJ Watt.
And that's why because I was under and maybe it's just JJ Watt being loyal or whatever, or something like that. I don't know what the money was, or I don't know many of the details of the contract, to be honest. I've been so sidetracked with Tiger for the past 2 weeks that I haven't really looked into all this stuff. So you're probably going to school me here in a minute, but I thought JJ Watt was leaving the Texans because he wanted to go to a winning team. I thought he was tired of trying to carry Houston and all this stuff. I thought he was like, dude, I've done literally, like you said, everything in this league just about except win a fucking Super Bowl.
Right.
I want to win a Super Bowl. So then he has this Peloton thing where he's going to like Buffalo, Cleveland, or what was the other one? There's another team. And I forget who, like the Bucks maybe or something like that. I don't know, whoever. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. He's gonna go to a fucking playoff ready, deep run caliber team. And then he signed with the fucking Arizona Cardinals. And I'm going, all right, well, if the Cardinals are going to be rebuilding or something like that, JJ Watt's probably going to be gone within 3 years or something like that. So like, what the fuck is the like? I just don't see the draw for JJ Watt to go to Arizona, except for he got a fat fucking paycheck and he's ready to just cash out and retire.
I mean, truthfully, I don't know. My thing is, he did come out and say that out of everything he looked at, everything that was told to him, you know, the interviews with, you know, the GMs and stuff like that, he said that the place that kept calling him back was Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like inside,
it just felt right.
It felt right to go to Arizona. Okay. Now, mind you, let me break this down a little bit. Arizona wasn't relatively bad last year. They lost a lot of close games due to lack of defense productivity, right? Okay. Like production on the defensive side of the ball. Okay. You know, that offense.
They have a decent offense already and all that.
They
stuff.
do have a defense.
I don't follow Arizona.
Yeah, they relatively have a decent offense. I know Kenyon Drake is a free agent this year.
Because I know whether or not they bring him back.
Yeah, they have Kyler Murray. Yeah. They have Edmonds, or is his name Edmonds? They have a really pretty good young running back that they could afford to let Kenyon Drake go. Of course, they have Nuke, you know, DeAndre Hopkins. Mm-hmm. And I don't care who you have covering that, man. That dude is just insane.
But, like, you know, because it's, you know, Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. I didn't know the running back was as good as you're saying or whatever. Because it's, you know, it's because if I'm a defense, I'm just double, triple covering DeAndre Hopkins, and I'm going to make someone else beat me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah, Chase Edmonds is the young up-and-coming running back that they have behind them. But they have Kenyon Drake, who is a free agent, so it's whether or not they want to sign him. I mean, he had 955 yards rushing last year with 10 TDs.
Not even 1,000 yards.
But I mean, he did miss.
Yeah.
You know, he did miss a game. Okay. You know, he was injured.
Well, Kyler Murray is also a mobile quarterback too.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, it's like being like Lamar Jackson's running back, to where, you know.
Yeah,
you're not going to have a 2,000 yard season.
My thing with the Cardinals is that was one of their big issues last year was the defensive line.
Okay,
you know,
so they weren't like getting beat deep or anything like that. Their just defensive line was absolute dog water.
I mean, it was just the defensive line wasn't getting as much pressure as needed. You know, so these poor cornerbacks are they're having to, you know, cover forever, and Patrick Peterson's kind of old. You know, so. I think
hopefully JJ Watt can plug that, which then will prevent the other team from scoring.
Yeah, I mean, because they went 8-8 last year. They went 8-8 last year. Wasn't bad.
But who else is in their division?
That's why I said they were not going to make it. No, so this is why I say they won't make the playoffs unless a few things happen. But they have Seattle, the Rams, and San Francisco in the division. So that's what I'm saying. It's like even with adding JJ Watt, as of right now, they're still. In my book, last in that division.
Dude, that's a fucking division.
That is a division.
Holy shit. Dude, that's like an AFC North type division, man.
Yeah, like that is a wild division, and that's the only reason why I think, even with the add of JJ Watt, they're still not going to make it to the playoffs. You know.
Yeah, that's
they would need the other three teams to play horrible against them, or they would have to beat the other three teams to be able to make it in there.
There's a little bit of uncertainty in Seattle, shall we say?
Yeah,
about the future Russell Wilson and all that stuff.
Wilson.
I mean, you know,
I think he gets. I think, truthfully, if they trade him, he's gonna go. He's gonna go to the Bears. I really do think if Seattle trade, I think the Bears will make a play for him.
Really?
Yeah, that's my pick. Lock right now. For the Russell Wilson, Russell Wilson if he gets traded, is to The Bears.
The Bears.
Yeah. And then, of course, we saw the Rams. They already traded Goff away. They got themselves... dang, who did they trade Goff for? I know we talked about this the other day, or a couple weeks ago on the last podcast.
I completely forget. I have no idea. Anyway.
Yeah, but
the Rams,
so...
Yeah, they don't have Jared Goff.
Yeah, I mean... They would need those other teams to basically not play well.
And I touched on it with quarterbacks in AFC, but what about Roethlisberger? Do you think?
Oh, that's right. They have Stafford. They have Stafford. Sorry.
Stafford. That's right. Yeah. That's Stafford.
Ooh, Roethlisberger.
Way to save yourself.
Yeah.
Way to save yourself.
Oof, man.
Not going to get roasted in the comments now. Yeah. What about Roethlisberger? Do you think they're going to give? I mean, going from retirement to potentially getting a deal. Dude. You can't give him a deal, man.
Truthfully, I think they're panicking right now.
If they give him a deal, it's a pity deal, and it's a pity panic deal.
Yeah, I think they're panicking right now because they're worried, because pretty much all the quarterbacks that were cheap enough for them to try and go and get without giving up too much are gone.
Yeah.
You know? So now they're like, well, shoot, if Roethlisberger retires, then what are we going to do? We would have to trade up in the draft to possibly get, you know, a starting quarterback that could come out and start, you know.
Because you're not going to get that. I mean,
they could possibly trade him and get Mac Jones.
But who else are you gonna? Do you think? Juju's going to be gone from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, man,
Juju's gone.
Did you imagine?
I wonder where he's going to go.
The Rams. Watch. He's going to go to the Rams.
Watch him go to Tampa.
I don't think Tampa can afford Juju, though. With all the receivers they have now, there's no way. They don't even need him.
No, they don't.
They don't need him.
I just thought it'd be funny to see Tom Brady, Antonio Brown, and Juju.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Could you imagine the after parties? Like, Jesus.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine the end zone dances, dude?
Yeah.
Can you imagine Brady doing TikTok dances?
How funny would it be, though, if he went to, like, the Bengals? You know, they need receivers.
He won't go to, dude. They won't trade. They won't trade.
He's a free agent. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Juju Smith-Schuster's a free agent. It doesn't matter.
Do you see him wanting to go to the fucking Bengals, dude?
I mean, truthfully, I could see him going to. I could see him going to the Raiders. I could see him going to Las Vegas. Big market there.
Dude, I just had the shivers. What if he comes to the Ravens? Oh, God, no.
You're gonna get all the TikTok dances, boy.
No.
If he goes to the Ravens, I'm buying you a jersey and sending it to you.
No, he fucking danced on the shield, dude. He ain't coming here. That dude's got a mark on him every time he steps foot in the stadium.
What makes you think he would go to the Bengals? He got lit up when he played the Bengals. Remember?
That's true. And another quarterback that's in the news, Alex Smith.
They let him go.
Going to part ways with him. Do you think he's done in the NFL now? Do you think anybody would pick him up? Do you think he'd be a nice veteran presence on a team that kind of give insight to? Maybe go down to Miami
and then let go of Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, keep Tua.
Possibly. Maybe let Denver.
Alex Smith come in there.
Maybe Denver. Maybe Denver. I don't hate the Denver thing.
If I'm him, I'm done though.
Yeah, 100%.
I came back, proved I could play. Mm-hmm. Age and father time caught up to me.
Yep. If I'm him, I'm going and collecting the big fat checks from NFL Network, and I'm becoming an analyst, or I'm becoming.
Fuck yeah!
Dude. Just put me behind the camera with a suit and tie on.
I'm gonna be golfing and fishing.
Yep, 100%.
Doing NFL pieces here and there, and dude, you could easily make six figures being a motivational speaker for some corporations, talking about 100%. How you came back from whatever, and how we got to do this and that. But dude, you can make a killing. He's set.
Yeah, 100%.
He has quite a story to tell that punch people will play for.
Yep.
Other kind of shocking news, I think, that you discovered somewhat recently and all that. I don't know if it was a couple of days ago or recently that this broke or you just came across, but the combine.
Yeah,
they're inviting prospects.
They're having a limited combine, and they're not. Okay. I don't want to say they're inviting prospects. They're not. They're sending out limited invitations to draft prospects, but it's not going to be a stage like a one area combine, right? So what's going to happen is, say they're sending out some invitations to dudes from Ohio State, right? Mm-hmm. Break it down. They send them out the invitations to Ohio State. So then it's basically the combine will be put there. It'll be like at each like kind of pro day type thing is where you'll see these guys in the combine.
Okay. So it's a combine at Ohio State for the Ohio State.
Yeah. So it'll be like if you're at Ohio State, you were invited to the combine, you'll do your combine stuff there. And, you know, scouts will be, I want to say there won't be scouts there. I can't remember exactly how I read it, but they'll have, basically it'll be all online, you know, like you'll be able to log in and see, you know, your Justin Fields, whether or not he runs the 40 or how much he benched. And I mean, granted, they do this stuff during the pro day too, but it's real hush hush during the pro day, you know. They don't allow people in there, which is what the NFL is doing for the combine. It'll be all recorded or like over a camera. You can watch it and, you know. So I'm happy because that tells me that there will be a combine in limited, I guess, fashion. So I'm excited.
I mean, kind of, combine videos. Yeah, I love the combine. I do. Watching these guys. Hey. But I forget who it was that you called most recently. But I know, but you've had good history of watching somebody in the combine and going, you know what, they're going to be a fucking monster. Who was it? It was like Shaq Griffin or something. Who was it you saw recently? Turned out to be a monster.
Chase Claypool. This year. I called Chase Claypool being picked.
Chase Claypool.
So
I mean, he was, you know, yeah.
You know, they were saying that he was going to be a tight end, that he couldn't play receiver. And, I mean, he came out and he did pretty well this year.
He listened to you.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm going to show these
I'm telling you.
I'm going to show these fools, Jeff.
I also did say Justin Herbert was going to be a big dude. He was, look out for Justin Herbert in the NFL. People were talking he couldn't play quarterback in the NFL because he played everything out of Oregon in shotgun.
Well,
you know. So,
do you want to know where he's not going to be playing quarterback this year?
Where?
For the Colts. Carson Wentz went to the Colts.
Yeah, but Justin Herbert plays for the
I
Chargers.
know, but we didn't talk about Carson Wentz getting traded to the
Colts.
That
is true. That is true.
So that was trying to be my
segue.
That
I guess. Over my head. It went over my head, bro. It went over my head, dude.
God, it was so smooth, too.
It was pretty smooth. Tip my hat to you. It was good. Yeah, Carson Wentz got traded. And
it's to the Colts.
I think the trade really screwed up the plans that other teams have when trying to trade their quarterbacks. But back to the Carson Wentz thing, he got traded to the Colts for a second and third rounder with a possibility of being the second rounder turning into a first rounder next year. Mm-hmm. So other than the big contract that the Colts are going to have to eat, I would say it's a steal. I think Carson Wentz needed a new home. I still think he has the ability, because let's break this down. The Colts themselves have one of the best offensive lines in football, so they can offer the protection that Carson Wentz needs, right? Because if you go back and look at Philly, he was having to make a lot of plays with his legs, right? He got injured, so then he was worried about making those plays with his legs, you know. And to be fair, you know, like, I know, and that's what has me worried about when Dak comes back. But it's like, you know, when a quarterback is worried about getting injured again because your offensive line cannot block for him for longer than 2 seconds, you know, his production's gonna go down. You know? Yeah. So him going to Indy, I think I think we might even see the Carson Wentz that we saw his rookie year. Dropping dimes. Ooh. And mind you, I'm a Cowboys fan, so it's really hard for me to say this, but I think we're going to see him kind of go back to where he can have a few seconds to drop a dime, 15 to 20 yards out, put it in a window.
So is this a bold prediction for the Colts early before draft and all that stuff, that Jeff thinks the Colts are a force to be reckoned with this season? I mean, they weren't too shabby last season.
Even without Carson Wentz, I'd still say the Colts are a force to be reckoned with this next coming year. With Carson Wentz, now mind you, I still think they need a little bit more pieces here and there. I think T.Y. Hilton's getting a little old. I do love Michael Pittman. You know, maybe get another receiver somewhere, pick that up. I still think they have really good running backs there.
So what's going on with I mean, since we're just talking about all the quarterbacks too, what's going on with your boy Dak?
I've been reading. They're talking. Negotiations are going, and they're. From what I'm reading, they're actually kind of going up. My only issue is Dak wants something like Patrick Mahomes money. When I read that, I'm like, this dude, what? Like, I could understand Watson money, but you want to be close to Mahomes money? Like, you're not gonna get that. Like, Mahomes is. I mean, man, like that's just wild.
I think. I mean, if you ask me on the street who the best quarterback in the NFL is, I'll say Lamar Jackson any day of the week. But like,
bias.
Just for pure argument, but I mean, exactly because I'm a biased Ravens fan, all that. But if you sat me down as just like an analyst and I mean, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL to date. Now, granted,
this really bad guy right here.
It does suck that he had his worst NFL game in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that does hurt him a little bit.
which is because if he doesn't beat Brady, because this is one thing I hated. Everyone was, I mean, and I guess it doesn't matter what quarterback for the sense. I mean, it just fit well for the storyline and the clicks and all that stuff. But people were comparing, like, is Mahomes an ex-Brady, blah, 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 the match, the passing of the torch. And I was like, what do you mean? Do you know who the fuck you're comparing Patrick Mahomes to? This is Tom Brady. Do not. And as much as I hate Tom Brady for how much pain and sorrow he caused me throughout the years as a Ravens fan, he's the best fucking quarterback to ever play the game. Don't you dare disrespect that man like that by comparing this third, fourth year, whatever guy who's won one Super Bowl so far.
Yeah.
One Super Bowl. You saw Tom Brady. He was throwing the most recent Super Bowl trophy across boats. So drunk because he doesn't
while they were moving. They were moving.
Because you know why? He's got 6 more of them. Yeah. It don't matter. Don't you dare disrespect Tom Brady like that.
That's just another day for TB12.
But yeah, there's no way Dak's getting fucking Patrick Mahomes money, man.
Listen, as much as I love Dak, like the fact that he wants close to Patrick Mahomes money is just like, dude, come on, man, be a real. Like, I know you want to get your pay, and I know you want to get it as soon as you can, but like, you got to be realistic at some point in time. I
mean, the other thing is too is like, okay, you want Patrick Mahomes money. It's like, all right, well then be prepared to be on your ass for the next 5 years because we're going to not be able to afford to pay anybody else. Like you're going to have a fucking C tier offensive line. You're going to have a B tier receiving core with maybe 1 star, Whoa,
hold up. First off, we have Cooper for the next 5 years. CeeDee Lamb, rookie contract. Okay. Gallup.
Cooper's not a shutdown receiver or anything like that. All right. He's good. Don't get me wrong. He's a good, 2-3 receiver. He's good. I would gladly take him on the Ravens. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying he's not fucking. No team's worried when they see Cooper. I mean, they're fucking accounting for him, yeah. But he's not a fucking.
But I agree. Like Dak, listen, I love you, man. I love you. I hope to see you in Dallas.
That's what you'll have is like the Coopers and the Lambs. Like, they're good, but you know what? We're not going to have any superstars for you to like duo with to like win a fucking championship. And
truthfully,
you better be able to carry this team like Tom Brady. I better be able to go to the high school locker room and pull out three dudes and put them out on the field, and you go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Once I read that, I was just like, "Whoa, Dacky boy, come on, man." And then, of course, like I was reading today.
Jerry Jones.
Yeah,
you think Jerry Jones is going to give you the like, especially when you haven't won anything.
Yeah, he'll be Jerry Jones will fucking give a giant contract to somebody else before he gives it to you, Dak. Come on now, man. But yeah, so I mean, I've been reading. The talks are going. They seem to be going good. From what Dak's agent has been saying. So
now let me ask you this. If Dak does get like a Mahomes-esque contract, because we know he's not good, because what did Mahomes get? Like 10-year, $500 million or something like that? Like something asinine.
Like that, yeah.
I forget, it was something ridiculous. If they do give him something similar to that, like 8 years, $400 million, like something, ridiculous.
Well, the big problem.
How do you, as a Cowboys fan, how do you feel? What if they do give him the big ass contract and all that shit? Do you think A, he's worth it, and B, how's that going to impact your team?
Do I think he's worth 400 million? No.
No, I mean,
like, do I think? Listen,
do you think he's worth a Patrick Mahomes-esque contract?
Do I think? No, I don't. And I love you, Dak, but I'm sorry to say it, but you getting paid a giant contract like that is only going to hurt you. Mm-hmm. Because like you said, now that's taking money away from other places. Granted, we have money situation or put into other players that I have been saying have not earned it. They don't deserve what they have right now, and they should feel bad for what they put out last year, right? Off of getting those big contracts. But the other side of that is whether or not Dak is worth it, they still have to pay something, right? So they're going to have to pay him a top tier contract. Will it be?
They don't have to, though.
I mean, they don't, but at this point, we saw what happened with Andy Dalton. We saw what happened with the other quarterbacks that we have on our roster. I mean, nothing changed from when Dak went down to what happened at the end of the season. Granted, a few offensive linemen kind of shifted around here and there. I mean, we got Looney back, who was the center from all of last year when Fredericks retired. I mean, granted, Zach Martin did get injured and he did go down, but it was basically it was almost the same roster that Dak was playing with, that Andy Dalton and them were playing with the first few weeks that Dak went down, right? And we saw it was like night and day. Dak was having a career, almost, what was it, 3,000 or 2,000 yards in 4 games, mm-hmm. And then he goes down. But back to the whole Steelers thing is, what quarterbacks are out there now that's not going to cost you?
Well, that's the problem now. I feel like the Cowboys are almost cornered.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is now I feel like you either go and get Dak and pay Dak, or...
Now, do you think this is a calculated move by Dak?
What, that he predicted that the market was going to be like this? No.
Well, no, that he's waited.
He truthfully
and all this stuff
he wasn't waiting though, because his original contract offer, the reason why he's not signed is because Dallas wanted to give him 5 years. He wanted 4. Right? He didn't want to play a contract for 5 years because he wanted to be able to redo his contract after 4. Dallas wasn't willing to do that. So that's why the initial contracts got shut down.
Dude, they should let me. Dude, I need to be an agent for these guys, man, because I would get them whatever they wanted.
But now it's if you're Dallas, what do? You either don't sign Dak, you franchise tag Dak, or you sign him to a big contract. And if you don't sign Dak, what quarterbacks are out there that could take over?
Because you got clearly Andy Dalton on your team, and to be honest, is Dak that much of an improvement over Andy Dalton at this point?
Yes, 100%.
I mean, but can you guarantee that from coming back off that injury and all that stuff?
Listen to me, dude. I mean, right now, if I'm sitting here,
Dak isn't the Dak of 3 years ago, Jeff. I mean, it hurts to say.
Last year he wasn't the Dak of. Last year he wasn't the Dak of 3 years ago either.
Yeah, but then the injury, man, it's yet to be seen.
If Alex Smith can do it, Dak can do it. Okay,
that's true.
Mind you, Jalen Smith was never going to play football ever again after his injury at Notre Dame. What happened? He went, had his surgery in Dallas with the team doctor that did his surgery was the team doctor, is the Dallas team doctor.
Has Dak ever had an injury a
nothing
big
like
injury
that.
in his
Nothing
career
like that.
No.
I
mean, no,
maybe a sprained ankle here or there, but this was definitely
a week or two or something like that. Okay, yeah.
But
what was the actual injury? What was
he had a compound fracture.
Yeah. See.
So I mean, but I go back. Look at Alex Smith.
Yeah. No. 100%.
Alex Smith came back.
There are plenty of people that have had shit that. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
Because do you think that's why? Because that's the other thing too. How are you going to ask for Patrick Mahomes' money coming back off a compound?
And that's what they said
injury?
Too. That was another one. Is you were injured. How are you asking for them?
I mean, granted, you're having a great year, and they're willing to probably pay you well.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know because I mean, I know I read recently the Ravens and Lamar Jackson are having a little bit of contract issues too. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure they'll, work it out in the upcoming weeks and all that stuff, but
Dak to the Ravens.
It's dude. Dak goes to the Ravens. I become a Steelers fan.
Bro,
Okay?
Dak goes to the Ravens. You guys might actually make it to the Super Bowl.
What do you mean?
He could throw the ball. He could throw.
Dude, we'll never go above 500 with Dak on our team.
What are you talking about?
Do you know what division we're in? Do you know?
Yeah.
We actually
one that needs a quarterback that can throw.
Dak would actually have to play real football teams then. Okay.
Bro. Oh my god.
All right. He would get eaten alive. When he gets to play the NFC East half the year. Okay. It's like going back to college. All right.
But so yeah, I mean, that's where I stand with Dak.
Start to the season because your first 3 games are probably against the NFC East.
First game I think was the Giants. Second game was Falcons. Third game was I don't remember.
Okay,
but yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
Anyway, I mean, there's going to be some interesting NFL stuff coming up soon. A couple more moves are going to be happening. Drafts coming up soon, like Jeff mentioned.
April.
The combine, real quick. The one of the only quarterbacks we mentioned, Aaron Rodgers. Quick tip of the cap to Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
He donated $1 million of his hard dollars to 80 small businesses in his hometown to help aid during the pandemic and the financial burden a lot of these small businesses are facing. So
that's probably just a weekend check for him for one of those progressive commercials.
And granted, and people that want to blah blah blah. Oh, he only gave. Well, he didn't have to give fucking anything, right? He didn't have to do anything. He didn't have to do a goddamn thing.
It ain't his responsibility.
But he decided to give $1 million, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not his problem. Okay. He's willing to help, so people just need to be thankful for that.
Exactly.
People, exactly. I mean, sure, it would have been great if he gave $2 million, of course.
Yeah.
But it was great that he gave $1 million.
But I mean, my thing is, these same people who are bitching about him only giving $1 million, have you given anything? Did you give at least 20? Have you given at least 30?
$1 million to give. Well, yeah, but you can,
Yeah, but you have $20, $30.
Yeah.
There's plenty of those out there. I just think, I don't know.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah.
We'll get into that
on a different show.
But yeah, it's enough football, covered golf, baseball. Couple of games been going on.
Yep. I'm happy to see baseball here.
Today, Aaron Boone recently came out of surgery. It all went successful. They said he had the pacemaker got inserted for a couple of weeks. He was feeling some lightheadedness, dizziness, having a couple of incidents, and turned out his heart rate was low. So they installed a pacemaker. He's out of surgery. Went well. So
that's good.
Get well soon, Booney.
I know you're a Yankees fan, so
Yep. So going to be happy to see him back in the dugout soon. Hopefully.
Yep.
When the time is right. But yeah, I mean, no real big headlines in baseball. I mean, so to say. Somebody, one of the Astros pitchers has a broken finger. Valdez, I believe. Yeah, Valdez. A D-backs player tested positive for COVID, so we'll see how MLB handles the COVID protocol.
Yeah.
One of the players has tested positive. If that means the whole team doesn't play and they're quarantined, if things are how that's going to happen. Excuse me. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I've really been following too much of the baseball yet. I've tuned into a couple games here and there, watched a couple innings. There's just been a lot going on with golf and other stuff that been watching that. But
my boy Jock Peterson. My boy Jock Peterson. I will always love you, Jock. Shout out to you, Dodger, ex-Dodger. He's now on the Cubs, but representing 24 over there in Chicago for Kobe. So gotta love him. Shout out to Jock for that. You'll always be a Dodger to me, my friend.
Dodgers play tonight against the Reds.
We play the Reds tonight, so it's gonna be fun. I think we tied yesterday against the. Who did we play yesterday? I know we tied someone yesterday. We played
the San Francisco Giants.
The Giants at 1-1. Dustin May looked good. 7, Bueller looked good. So baseball's here. I'm super excited.
Yeah, it's going to be great once the season picks up and all that stuff. It's weird though. The opening day is April 1st.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just weird. You chose. I mean, that's just how the calendar fell and all that. I understand, but having April Fool's Day is the first day of the season. It's going to be you're going to have to pay close attention to everything you see and hear that day.
Yep. What else? We got what? Big fight card this
The UFC
big
fights
fight card this weekend.
Oh man,
Big
I've been
fight
waiting
card
for
this
a card
weekend.
like this for a while, man.
You know, I was talking about it the other day, and
go ahead.
I'm in your boat. I swear I have been waiting. Like, usually you get a fight with like, oh man, such and such is fighting, and the rest of it's like, oh, okay, cool. This one, it's like, what 15 fights, and
there's a total of 15 fights throughout the night from the early prelims, which start at 6 p.m. And the main card is until 10. So between the main card and the early prelims, there's 6 early prelim fights, 4 prelim fights, and then 5 main card fights.
Main card fights.
So total, it's going to be a full day of fucking fighting.
And mind you, these main card fights are bangers.
So we'll work our way up. The main card, opening match of the main card. The prelims, I mean, the only real one that I'm really looking forward to is the Dominic Cruz against Casey Kennedy. Dominic Cruz is 22-3. Casey Kennedy 16-2-1.
Yeah.
Two big, not big, but they're bantamweights, but they're big, like
up and coming, or not up and coming, but
big
like
bantamweight.
big,
Yeah. There's a lot at stake here. I believe there's a potential title fight out of this.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this has a chance to title. Don't quote me on that, but yeah. So main event: Thiago Santos against Alexander Rakic. Nice little light heavyweight fight. Should be good. Thiago Santos, big heavy hands. Then we got Islam Maklovich against Drew Dober. To be honest, no idea who either of these two guys are. But they look like some badass lightweights and should be a good grappling fight. I'm gonna guess. And then the third fight, mind you, we have 5 fights. And the third fight, already getting a title fight.
Yeah.
Title fight for the bantamweight championship. So like the Dominic Cruz, Casey Kennedy, they're like top contenders for this bantamweight belt. And
so basically, who would fight here? Who wins this has the potential of fighting who fights this next one. Yeah.
So it could be like a Dominic Cruz, Aljamain Sterling next UFC event potentially. Just saying, throwing it out there. But it's going to be Peter Yan against Aljamain Sterling for the bantamweight title fight. It's going to be a crazy fight. God, I love watching these bantamweights fight, dude. It's so fast, so quick.
Yep.
They weigh 135 pounds. They're both 5'7". It's just incredible.
Yeah.
Then the co-main event. Well, I guess it's like the co-main event.
Yeah.
Because
all three titles. Yep.
We got Amanda Nunes against Megan Anderson.
Yep.
For the women's featherweight title fight. So it's wild that Amanda Nunes is 5'8". Megan Anderson is 6 feet tall.
Yep.
4-inch height advantage. Both weigh 145 pounds. And Megan Anderson also has a 3-inch reach advantage. So that's going to be an interesting one for Amanda. I might be taking Megan Anderson in that one.
You think so?
I'm not sure.
I'm leaning the other way. I'm still going with Nunes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a good one. The big one, though, for the light heavyweight title fight, Israel Adesanya takes on the champ, Jan Blachowicz. And I'm probably butchering his name, so I apologize 1,000 times over. I apologize. I'm probably butchering his name. But, yeah, that's going to be a big one.
This is going to be a crazy fight.
Adesanya holds 2 belts, but he doesn't hold 2 belts. He holds one. He's trying to take the light heavyweight belt from Blachowicz. So we'll see. We will see what happens with that. That's going to be one hell of a card. Really looking for that Saturday night. So Monday we might blabber on about
a lot of UFC.
Talk about it.
Yep.
No other real big headlines or anything like that I'm looking forward to. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be watching golf all weekend. Saturday, I'll be watching the UFC fights.
Yeah.
And then, I'm just going to be tuned into golf probably. I might pop over to a, soda. Maybe watch a couple baseball games and all that stuff. I've been watching the Capitals, been watching hockey. Capitals playing well, first in the division right now. I've been really getting into hockey now. But yeah, what are you going to be watching this weekend? What's on your radar?
Definitely the fights. I'm definitely going to be looking at the fights. I'm going to try and catch. It's been really hard to catch some of these baseball games. You know, like they don't really air.
You got to get into it. You got to get into it too. Baseball's not something you can just pick up and start watching.
Like I love watching baseball though. You know, and usually I have I get whatchamacallit every year. MLB, their version of like NFL Ticket, right? Can't remember what it's called. But it's not up yet. I'm assuming it'll show out, But I'm definitely gonna be trying to catch a couple baseball games. I'm definitely gonna try and catch the Dodger game right now. After we get done with this, I'm gonna go and try and watch that. Yeah, fights, some baseball. I might peep a little bit of the golf. See what's going on over there in Polo Land.
In Polo Land? Get the fuck out of here, Polo Land. They wear hoodies.
Sometimes. Could you imagine? I was gonna say, could you imagine wearing a hoodie playing golf in Florida?
Comfortable, dude.
Right now, or not right now, but like in summertime. Jeez. Yeah. I still can't believe when you told me. I still can't believe when you told me that pros have to wear pants. That's
the PGA Tour. You have to wear pants.
That's crazy.
Can't wear shorts.
That is crazy. Could you imagine playing? I could only imagine 18.
I don't wear shorts when I play. But that's also because I hit my ball in the woods a lot. So
yeah, you don't want to
put my legs up.
Yeah.
So that helps. See, that's
understandable.
That's like some 5 head thinking. Yeah, that's some thinking ahead.
That's smart right there. That's smart. You smart. You smart for that one.
Yeah. I've learned my lesson.
Learned your lesson.
Trying to find a $5 golf ball. Dude, golf balls are expensive, man.
Dude,
spending like $60 for a dozen.
Dude, I remember the one time I did.
$5 golf ball.
I remember the one time I did try and play golf. I was like, they were so expensive that I only bought like, I don't know, 4. I only went in there with like one of the little packs or whatever it is.
And you lost them 4 shots
I lost
later.
them. Yeah, I literally lost them like 3 holes in. I had to go to the clubhouse and I spent a lot of money there just to make sure that I had golf balls for the rest of the game or the rest of the day, The round. Me and water do not mix. Me and ponds.
We'll play one day. I'll have to come out to Cali. And
I haven't played golf
stayed in an Airbnb in there, and you have to take me to a course out there.
I haven't played golf in well over 15 years.
You can just drive the golf cart around, and I'll play, and we'll just shoot the shit on the course. You can just drink on the course, and I'll play the course.
I do have to say, I love the atmosphere of a golf course.
It's like a roller coaster of emotions, man. It's great.
Yeah, but it's crazy though, because like I don't want to say it's like being out in the wilderness when you're golfing, but it's relatively quiet. I don't know how. You get your occasional birds and stuff chirping, but it's I don't know. It's a different atmosphere that I love, and yeah, we got to play one of these days, man. I think it would be
That's
fun.
why I love it, because being in Baltimore and all that stuff, I usually live in like city and residential, and I go out to the courses. It's like you just get to these like scenic nature that you're like, wait, holy shit,
and
is like.
And I live in the desert. I live in the desert. There's nothing but sand. I mean, shoot, we rarely have trees, and many of those are on the golf course.
Because like coming up like this Saturday, we're playing down at a course in Baltimore City and all that stuff. And, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Well, that's
good.
All
right. I think we've blabbed on enough. It's been an hour now. 58 minutes. So just under an hour. Beautiful. Once again, missed you guys last week. We'll be back on schedule next week. Jeff, I'm done. So give your little outro, but peace, everybody. Thank you for listening to us two buffoons.
Yep. Just want to say thank you again. We did miss you guys last week. We are going to be coming out with the next week's episode next week. So you ain't got nothing to worry about when it comes to that. Now, remember, you can watch this on YouTube, Benched Media, easiest way to search it up, or you can watch it on Spotify or listen to it on Spotify for your morning, daily commutes. Best way to find it on Spotify is Benched Media as well. And you guys be safe. You guys take care of each other. Y'all take it easy. We love y'all. Peace.
Peace.